How's it going today, guys? Last couple of videos have been about dual sporting Wr250r National Forest here in North Carolina. And in them conversations with a gentleman, he had asked me what kind of mods I had on my motorcycle. And I figured I'd just do a little bit of a video of a walk around showing the different kind of mods that I put on the bike. Well, one of the first piece of gears that I put on the bike was this Wolfman Endures luggage system. Just transferred it over from my previous bike and put it on here. I've had this ever since about 2009, I believe, when I got this luggage system, and it has held up excellent on every bike that I've put it on. I do have a Rotopax mounted on my rear luggage rack. It serves a couple purposes. Main one being to hold extra gas. This bike only has like a 1.9 gallon gas tank, and the way I ride most of the time on a long trip, I only average about 80 miles. The next major thing we got for this bike is the rear luggage rack. This is a substantial rack. It's quite a bit wider than the standard racks you get, like the Yamaha or Tusk makes. Next real cool mod I did was just got rid of all the big mess of the tail fender. I mean, it's just a humping mess down here whenever you first get these bikes. Took all that off, put the cleanup bracket on, and changed out the tail light. Don't remember the company I got it from, but that takes your brake light and integrates it into your actual turn signals and tail light all into one, so it cleans up all your turn signals and all the mess that you have right there, and just makes the whole rear of the bike look a whole lot cleaner. Next modification I did to really help the performance of the bike is I changed out the sprockets on this bike and changed out the chain. Instead of going back with a stock rear sprocket of a 43 tooth sprocket, I went with a 47. What that allows me to do is interchange between a 13 and a 14 tooth front sprocket to change my gear ratio for if I'm doing a more on-road dual sport ride versus a more off-road dual sport ride. Well, the next thing we got here is Flatland Racing skid plate and the radiator guard. That's pretty much a must if you're going to ride down in Wr250, because it's all rocks, and you're doing quite a bit of rock climbing when you're going up through there. Next thing that's pretty much a must is some hand guards. You're going to go off-road, you're going to drop your bike, it's just a given. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And what I went with was the Zeta. They got the integrated turn signals integrated into the hand guards. That lets you clean up all your turn signals and light mess you have up here on the front. Like I said, they've held up good. Just about another must, since I have messed with the stock gearing as far as the sprockets go, it's just almost imperative, because these bikes come from the factory. The speedometer is not quite right to begin with, so I have put a little electronic speedometer healer. When I go back and forth through my cogs for on-road, off-road riding and stuff like that, it's just a quick little setup to go in and change it, so I'm always running the correct speed on my speedometer. Something else is a pretty nice necessity to have on a dual sport bike is a GPS and a RAM mount to hold your GPS, where you can just have a visual where you're at going down the road. It's pretty important to have on your off-road bikes a little release valve for your suspension, especially on your front end, because they will build up pressure after you get hot riding quite a bit off-road. It's nice just to relieve that pressure, get that pressure out of there, so I added the little relief valves on there. Another really good mod that I've done on this bike is put a battery tender on it, and in the process of putting that battery tender on it, that gives me a direct line to my battery to put any kind of connections I want to. Another good mod is stock from the factory, these tires do not come with a bead locks. I did put super lightweight, I think it was Promoto. Can't remember which tire locks I put in there, but they're the plastic tire locks, polymer tire locks. They're real lightweight. Well guys, that pretty much covers everything that I've done to the bike over the years. One thing that had been done to this bike, and whenever I purchased it from the previous owner, I let him keep it. He had totally redone the exhaust system and put a Dynajet tuner on the bike. I have rode this bike with and without the new exhaust system and the Dynajet kit. And for the price that you put into the exhaust and the Dynajet, I don't know that it's a value that I would spend. It helps the bike some, but it ain't a massive improvement. It's just a improvement. Weight wise, you can drop a lot of weight off this bike by changing out your exhaust system. Weight wise, it is an advantage to drop your exhaust system. Several pounds you can take off the bike, and less weight you got off-road, less weight you got throwing around. It's definitely much easier to handle the bike when you get off-road and doing hill climbs and stuff. That pretty much covers everything. I hope this answers any questions to the couple of the viewers that had questions, and hope y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.